Ash here, coming at you today, Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. I'm glad to have you all here today. Today, we're going to talk about 10 champions in the game who have an incredible ability, and a lot of these are otherwise really kind of sleeper champions that I don't hear a lot of people talking about, maybe with one or two exceptions. So I can't wait to get into that. First, I have a story to tell you guys, and it won't be super long. Just 2 nights ago, I was out to dinner. I got back. It was in a little parking lot that I parked for the restaurant, whatever. I'm in the parking lot walking to my car when suddenly, absolutely out of nowhere, because, well, I don't have eyes behind my head.
What about your ear?
A car hit me when I was on foot. So they hit me and they tried to flee the scene. They rammed into another car. So obviously I'm assuming, excuse me, that they were probably like drunk driving or something. I have no idea, but they hit another car. Then they tried to leave the parking lot and I ran in front of it and I stopped them. I stopped them from trying to leave while I was calling 911. Meanwhile, somebody came over recording the entire thing, and it happened to be, I guess I don't want to share too much info about like what their career and stuff was out of their privacy and whatnot, but it was a viewer. They knew who I was. So somebody out there, you know your name. Thank you for getting everything, because documentation is everything in these sort of incidents, because it's like my word versus their word or whatever, you know? So, man, it was crazy, first of all, and I'm okay. I spent the whole night in the hospital because they were afraid I had like some sort of a, I don't know what the heck it was called, I forgot, but either way, swollen all over my leg and black and blue like crazy, but I'm feeling a lot better now 2 days later, and it was wild. Anyway, that's my story. Story time with Ash, guys. Crazy world that we are living in for sure. Crazy thing is though, if they had actually like gotten out and been like, oh my God, are you okay? I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know what I would have done, but it certainly would have been like calling 911, immediately getting the cops there, you know? I don't know, it's just like they're trying to get away. It was nuts.
Just like in the movies.
Back to the video. So let's jump into it, guys. What am I talking about here? I'm talking about 2-turn stuns and 2-turn provokes. Right? I'm going to start with like the most obvious champion, I feel like, right? And that is Umbral Enchantress. And I'm only talking about, before we get to Umbral, I'm only talking about 2-turn provokers or 2-turn stunners that have it at a 100% land rate. With all apologies to one of my favorite champions in the entire game, that's Molly Tankard, she has a chance at a 2-turn provoke. It is noteworthy because it's on an AoE. So this is the best AoE provoke in the game, maybe the second best AoE provoke in the game, going back to Umbral Enchantress, right? Because she has something that nobody in the game has except for Molly 50% of the time, and that is a straight up AoE 2-turn provoke. Okay, so why does this even matter? First of all, before I get to the other 9 champions, why does it even matter? Well, being locked out for 2 turns is insanely good in this game. Now, unfortunately, with Umbral's case, she's also locking herself out. So because of that, she's not the best Hydra provoker because she's locked out for 5 turns. Everybody else, though, obviously the Head of Decay provoke is so important in Hydra Clan Boss. All of these champions are going to be either or the provoke champions, at least, we're going to, divide them between stunners and provokers, right? But the 2-turn provokers, very, very exceptional for the Head of Decay. Moreover, for the Magma Dragon, right? Obviously, for the Magma Dragon, 2-turn provokers are exactly what you're looking for, right? And then for Faction Wars as well, right? So those are the 3 areas I love 2-turn provokers. And of course, the arena, right? 2-turn stuns are even more annoying in the arena than provoke because you can't even use their A1 ability. There's nothing more annoying. Try live arena and then go and knock out your opponent's most important champion with a 2-turn stun and see how they feel. The only downside to both of these abilities when compared to, I don't know, like the 2 best champions in the game in Yumeko in Warlord or the littler versions in a Basher and a Lika is that it can be cleansed, obviously, right? So that's the downside in the arena. Got to be cognizant of that. A 2-turn stun means nothing if it's cleansed immediately afterwards. However, it's still, I've been on the other side of it a few times myself. Ooh, it's annoying. It's annoying. So Umbral Enchantress, we love Umbral Enchantress. I want to go with the provokers first, right? Because arguably, maybe a little bit more utility from these provokers. And Warchief, I've been saying this for a long time. You guys know, but like, maybe you don't really know how good Warchief is. Warchief is by far and away, the best single target provoker in all of Raid Shadow Legends. It's not even close. Whoever second is it's not even close to Warchief, okay? He's going to provoke on his A1. A triple hitter has a 35% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn, okay? Not that great, whatever. But look at this A2. Marauder attacks 1 enemy on a 2-turn cooldown. Places a provoke for not 1, not 2, but 3 turns. Yeah, without a question, without a doubt, the best Magma Dragon Provoker inside the game. And as I mentioned, the best single target Provoker in all of Raid Shadow Legends. He's not the most versatile champion in the world, that's for dang sure. But I'll tell you what, if you're looking for Provoker, blah, 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 look no further than Warchief. He is amazing. All right, we have an epic champion that I've been quick to kind of shun in the past, but I gotta be real with you guys. I could sit here and be a know-it-all, right? But I never even realized until doing research for this video that my man Balthus Druglord has a provoke for 2 turns, albeit on a 4-turn cooldown, so there's some consideration there. He's no Marauder in Warchief, but man, Driven to Slaughter has crazy multipliers. I want to say it was like a 6 or a 7 multiplier, something high on this too. So it hits really hard, and then you can lock somebody out for 2 turns. He also heals. He's not an insanely good champion, right? And a lot of these champions, as I said earlier, they're going to be rather niche champs. But I think you ought to know about these champions because they definitely have that utility as well. So yeah, 2-turn provoke from an undead horde, epic defense-based champion. My man has dual shields. He's not afraid to use them. Balthus Druglord. At least it gives you an idea or a reason maybe to invest in that champion, right? All right, next up, guys, is going to be, this one's crazy, the only rare on our list today. The only one.
No, absolutely not.
And it's Master Butcher. Did you guys know about this dude? I did, but you know, again, I'm gonna be real. I thought it was only a 1-turn provoke. Maybe I was thinking of his A1 because he's also got a provoke on his A1. But check out this, guys. Barking orders, right? Very apropos of the skill. A provoke on the target enemy for 2 turns. Increase crit rate on all allies, increase attack on all allies. Whoa, how did I not notice there was a rare 2-turn provoker in the game? I knew this ability, but in my head it was just a 1-turn. That's a really, really cool ability. It makes him, by far and away, the best rare provoker for Head of Decay, for sure, right? That was really cool. So those are the provokers, guys. There's only 4 of them with 2 turns. I feel like I'm missing somebody, but I looked and I double-checked and I triple-checked, and that's all I came up with. So you guys let me know, but those are the 2-turn provoke champions in the game. Now let's get to the 2-turn stunners, okay? And let's go with good old Iron Brocco. My man does it all in this game. On this A2 Fearless Charge, we have an increased defense for 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. It's what he is known for. It's likely what you know Iron Brocco for. I want to take a quick pause and go to this passive because I can't tell you how powerful this is. Or I guess I can. Here I am doing it, right? Increase the defense of all allies by 10% of this champion's defense, just straight up by him being on the team. You know what? He has such an amazing kit. He's also provoking, by the way, right? On an AoE, decrease attack, increase defense, decreasing duration of all buffs. He does so much that you forget sometimes exactly what in everything he's bringing to the table, and sometimes you can overlook this passive. So strong. Anyway, increase defense, 3 turns, 3-turn cooldown in a stun. For 1 turn, 100% chance of placing a stun for 2 turns instead if the target is under 2 or more buffs. So as long as they're under 2 buffs, you can land that 2-turn stun. Very good for an arena team, right? Again, Iron Brocco, not traditionally known as an arena champion, traditionally known as like a wave killer, clan boss champion, keep that increased defense up all the time, but he can hit hard, and he's got some really nice control in his kit. I love that 2-turn stun against a go second team, albeit, again, it is conditional on the 2 turns of the stun, which is the case on most of these champions, but not all. So next up is going to be, let's just get the obvious, the captain out of the way. I still don't have this dude. I wish I did. Taurus, the Fierce. Of course, he has Heroes Intersection, has attacks Intercession. Intersection would be very weird. traffic conductor Taurus out there, right? Playing his little banjo. I know it's not a banjo. What is it, a lute?
You're not just wrong, you're stupid.
Stun for 2 turns. Deals double damage to enemies whose attack is equal to or higher than this champion's attack. Always uses this when counterattacking. When Marichka's on the same team, which happens every time she's hit. Really, really, really annoying, especially since I don't have this dude. But he's got it. 2-turn stun is not even conditional. And it's dealing double damage, no big deal. That's really, really annoying. So yeah, there it is. Taurus, of course, he's the best at everything. Go figure, right? But you know what, guys? How about a champion that I still have never played, dude? I'm embarrassed because this guy, even though he's not known as being a great champion in the game, he's a cool looking, maybe it's the Irish in me, I don't know, but aesthetically, very pleasing, very pleasing. And he looks fun. He looks cool. Take him out on St. Paddy's Day. Have a go of it. An attack-based champion. He actually got a pretty big buff. He's doing turn meter depletion, decreased speed on his A1, decent clip, 250% chance. He's got an AoE block active skills on his A2 ability, 4-turn cooldown, and then he attacks on Headringer. 3-turn cooldown, right? Attacks one enemy, has a 100% chance of placing a stun debuff for 2 turns and stealing 50% of the turn meter. Resets the cooldown of the skill of this target's killed. Dude, 2-turn stun on a 3-turn cooldown and stealing the target's turn meter. Like, what a slap in the face. I just 2-turn stun you, and then boom, I'm gonna steal half your turn meter so I can come back around and either reset the ability or do it again in 2.5 turns, right? Then he has this really cool passive, Semi-Charmed Life. Do. No. Places 2 of the following buffs on this champion for 2 turns at the start of each turn. Increase crit rate, increase crit damage, increase crit rate, increase attack, strengthen, block damage, increase accuracy. Pretty dang cool. At the start of each turn. I gotta invest in this dude, man. I have him built, no artifacts. I have him maxed out naked. I got a naked Killian on my hands, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to do with him, but I think I do know what to do with him. I think I need to give you guys a guide on Killian the Lucky. All right, the next one is a champion who I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on because he's the last, I want to say, or second to last. Doom Tower hard champion, third to last. I don't know. Either way, I've mentioned him so many times on the channel, so I'm gonna be brief. But like, dude, the reviews hate Ginro the Stork so bad. I actually really like this champion. He's got the decreased skill cooldown at 2 times at random on his A1. Pretty good ability. He converts all his resistance into accuracy, so you can build him with a lot of resistance and no accuracy, and he'll still land his debuffs, which is really cool, and he can't get CC'd in the meantime or debuffed. Increased defense, counterattack, leading to more control on the A1, but it's the A2. Places a stun for 2 turns, ignoring block debuffs too. Wow. So you can go right into a Duchess, which I love. Go... and then 2-turn stun, ignore her block debuffs, and she's locked out for 2 turns. That's a really cool ability right there, right? That is a really nasty 2-turn stun because you don't need the accuracy. You ignore block debuffs, right? All right, the other one is Corrado. We don't have to go far here. Corrado! I didn't go for the Corrado fusion, but I've always loved this guy, man. I don't know. I know people don't really like him that much. But the suppression ward, it smacks, man. If you're looking for a nuker who's not deceptive, you don't look at the number and think, oh, he's going to be great. And then they're a noodle in the arena. Nah, Corrado's not that. He can smack, right? So this does really good. Block active skills for 2 turns. It can't be resistive if Yumeko's on the same team, which is so stupid because she has a better ability. So why give it to... whatever, I digress. He does have a 2-turn stun on his Bed Evil A2 ability, which also absolutely smacks. So a lot of damage, and hey, if you don't kill him, guess what happens? You get a 2-turn stun. Ooh, you get to try a 2-turn stun in the arena, guys. It's a magical thing. It feels very good to be like, yeah, sorry about that. You can have fun playing with that champion in the next battle because they're locked out for 2 turns here. And we have a... look at Andrea. Andrea is another epic champion on the list. I love that there's some epics in the game that have this cool ability, right? We have a stun debuff from for 1 turn. The target does not have any buffs. If the target has buffs, we get a 2-turn stun on a 3-turn cooldown from Andrea as well, guys. And that's it. Those are all the champions in the game. By my count, that have the 2-turn stun or the 2-turn provoke. Know these champions at the very least. You might need them. Again, Faction Wars, Head of Decay, Magma Dragon, the Arena, or anywhere else in the game you want to have some fun, or maybe that nasty man-eater you're sick of dealing with, that nasty Siffy you're sick of dealing with, the Valkyrie in Faction Wars or in Doom Tower Floors. Maybe you just 2-turn stun them and say, yeah, I'm not going to deal with you guys today. So again, if you can think of the champion I'm leaving off here, I still feel like I'm forgetting somebody. You let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for chilling with me, talking a little Raid Shadow Legends, and as always, take care, guys.